What is up, guys? It is no Iniquity, or Ink, whatever you guys want to call me. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, and it's been a while since I've streamed, but this video will tell you why. I have been I've been on vacation for quite a while actually, from the December 12th, and I was supposed to do it until the 7th of January, but I ended up having issues, which I'll go tell you all about it here in this video. But first thing I want to talk about is my Montana trip. That was probably the only part that actually went smoothly, except for a couple layovers, but then I eventually got home. So, alright, first things first. December 12th, I ended up taking a plane to Montana, which, I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but it's fucking cold right now. I'm telling you right now, it is super cold there. It was snowy, windy, it was just chilly. But my mom lives there, and that's why I was visiting her for Christmas. So I was there for 2 weeks, just hanging out, chilling with the fam, and just kicking it pretty much. And we ended up, we ended up going out to drinks and bars and stuff like that, and having a good time with my mom. And then we went snowshoeing. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of snowshoeing, but it's pretty self-explanatory. It's with I don't know if you guys ever seen pictures of people walking in the snow with look like tennis rackets on their feet. That is basically what snowshoeing is. You put these special snowshoes to basically prevent you from falling deeper under the snow. It balances out your weight on each shoe, so every time you step, you're stepping on top of the snow instead of like in it. Like, when you step in with a normal boot, you'll just dive right into it. Snowshoes prevent that and balance out your weight, so that way you're on top, you're not getting soaked, and it's not super hard to walk. But that's what we did. It was super fun. It was the first time I ever did that, and it's been a while since I've gone hiking and stuff like that, so I was super excited and it was really fun. It was cold though, but I had lots of fun. See, what did we do after that? We ended up going to still drinking bar. I went to this. Okay, so there's this bar in where my mom lives in Montana. It's weird. It's kind of, obviously some of you guys know what a strip club is. You walk in, girls dancing on a pole or whatever, girls walking around half naked. So this one was a bit different. This wasn't a strip club. It was a bar that had this huge pool behind the bar. Like, it was a big ass pool behind these big solid glass, thick glass windows, and you can just see inside the pool and see that people can jump and swim in there. But what I didn't know is that this bar was called the Sip and Dip. If you guys want to Google it, go ahead. It's called the Sip and Dip. It literally has mermaids that swim in mermaid outfits inside the pool while you're just drinking a beer at the bar. It was really weird, and I was just like, what? Like, this is so strange. I've never seen anything like this. It was just, I took pictures of it. I think I sent it to Snapchat, but I didn't actually take a physical picture. I might have, but it was really blurry and terrible. So, but it was crazy. Like, it was a funny video, or a funny thing to see video. Man, I'm losing my mind. But it was a good experience, and it was kind of cool to see the new ideas that people are coming out with bars and stuff. And then we went to this other bar that had a life-size Jenga. If you guys don't know what Jenga is, where you stack a bunch of blocks, you 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3, all the way to the top. Just 3 in one direction from east to west, then 3 from north to south, east to west, north to south, so on and so forth until you used all the blocks to stack it. Then the game, after you stack everything, is to pull, a block out. But the catch is you're only allowed to use one hand, and that's pretty much it. The rule is that if the thing falls over, you have to shotgun whatever you have to drink. If it's hard alcohol or beer, regardless, you have to chug it. And that's basically what happened. So we ended up playing. I did not knock it over once, which I was super surprised, because that thing teetered. Like, it leaned right, leaned left. It looked really bad at some point, so I was real scared that it was gonna, just fall over. But it was super fun. I had a lot. They actually had a beer pong inside this bar, which I've never seen a bar have beer pong in before. So it's kind of cool that it is, I guess, a college town, I suppose. So, that makes sense. But it was a cool barn. It had fun. Had a live DJ. It was pretty cool. Uh, then after doing all the drinking and shenanigans, I chilled in my house most of the time because it was really cold and my mom had to work during a lot of it. So um, we ended up going to my last weekend that I was there. We ended up after Christmas, family, eating food and stuff like that. It was a great Christmas. After Christmas, I ended up going sledding, which we didn't use sleds. We used these tiny little blue inner tubes, which we went out and bought, not realizing that with just enough weight, you could really haul ass in those things. So we ended up going up to this huge hill, like this massive hill, and you could fly down this thing with these tiny little inner tubes. And these my mom's boyfriend's son and his kids were gonna go first because I was just like, I'm just gonna let these kids do it. I'm gonna watch and have a good time and stuff like that. And then because I had my dog Barrett, which I'll show pictures at the end of this video, but it was crazy because like I had loads of fun doing it, and like there was this ramp that no one saw except for the people that built it, and they forgot to let us know. And they came down, and the hill, like for some reason it made you go right, basically towards the hill. So it was crazy. They hit that and they like launched 3 or 4 feet in the air. It was nuts. Like they got some huge air. I'm surprised they were all right, but I mean, and then I was like, I'm so doing this. I went all the way to the top. They didn't go all the way to the top because that you probably would have flown straight into the trees. So I ended up going all the way to the top, and then I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I aimed directly at the jump, and I went flying straight down. Got so much air that I had. Sorry, I was about to yawn. I got so much air that I ended up having enough time to set my feet to be able to land back on my feet in snow, and it was crazy because like I got so much air that the tube was gone. I didn't know where it went. I looked down at the ground, and I caught myself right before it like face planted straight in the snow or like ended up in the trees or something. But it was pretty cool. I had tons of fun doing that. I was sore and tired. I'm still sore, but it was a good experience. And then right before we left, I ended up just flying. I ended up getting about taller than I don't my mom's boyfriend's son. He's like five. I don't even know, like 5'10", 5'11". I ended up launching over the top of him, which was crazy because I was surprised because he looked up at me as I flew over the top of him. Like it was nuts. But that was the last. I think that was the last little bit of my Christmas vacation, and then I was gonna go do my New Year's afterwards. So the day actually, there's one more event. If you guys are following me on Twitter, you guys know about it. Right before I left to get on the plane, it was the first time I've ever seen my brother's grave in 10 years. It's been 10 years this year that he passed away, and this is the first time I've ever seen it since the funeral. So it was a great time. Finally, I got to go, visit and say hello. It was rough though. Like I'm not gonna lie, no sugarcoating it. It sucked. Like it was a tough situation all around. But I mean, honestly, I was glad I eventually got to again. And then it was cold, but you gotta suck it up. But away from that, we'll move to planes. I went to the airport, ended up getting a delay for 3 hours, or no, 2 hours, and then I finally got on a plane. Ended up finally getting home, and then literally I washed all my clothes in Montana. Took the clothes off that I was wearing, put on some PJs, put them in the washer, went to sleep, woke up the next morning, put those clothes in the dryer, took a shower, took the clothes out of the dryer, grabbed all my clothes or all the things that I already had packed for Montana, and literally put my Xbox One controller in my backpack, and then I literally went back to the airport to head to Dallas, Texas, where I was going to be taking a van ride to Orlando, Florida, because that's where I was going to have my New Year's, and I was super pumped. Like I was throughout the entire Christmas break, I was like, I'm so excited, I can't wait. I'm going to hang out with some of my friends, I'm super like pumped. And then one of my buddies that I've known for 10 years, it'll be our very first time ever meeting in 10 years. It's like our 10-year reunion. So I was super excited. Like, you guys could no idea. Like, I was so pumped and ready to go. I got on that plane at like, I think it was like 10 a.m. And then I ended up flying to Denver, Colorado, which then, this is where the trip began to spiral downward. So, to start things off, I ended up getting a 6.5 hour layover in Dallas, or Dallas, not Dallas, but Denver, Colorado, due to weather and not being able to see anything. And it was just terrible because I was stuck there. I had no family. I didn't know where, I don't know where anything is in Denver. And I was just stuck in the airport for about 6 hours. I was literally was going to pull my fucking hair out. And then on top of that, I get a text from the people that were going to be picking up the rental van to come pick me up from the airport saying that we're not going to be able to pick you up. We're going to have to put you in a hotel due to his girlfriend ended up getting into a car accident. And she's perfectly fine. She has bruised ribs, which makes sense. I mean, I understand from his point of view that he didn't want to go anywhere without his girlfriend on New Year's, but I'll get further into that later on. And then what happened is I ended up finally getting on my plane in Dallas, or in Denver. Finally getting on my plane. I left, flown all the way to Dallas, Texas, and then I landed. So I get a text saying, here's the address to the hotel that we got you, and you're going to need to get a taxi, and then you're going to need to drive all the way to the airport, or not to the airport, but the hotel, and meet up with Trevin, which is the guy that haven't seen I've known for 10 years on Xbox alone, and we finally got to meet. So I was like, all right, dude, whatever, just hit me up tomorrow whenever you're going to pick us up. So, and this was Monday, the week of New Year's. So this is Monday. And so I ended up getting a taxi, drove all the way to the hotel to find out that he booked us a Motel 6. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Motel 6, but it is the most nastiest place you can possibly ever think of. So what happened is we ended up going to this place. I was like, you know what, whatever. It's cheap. You're going to just move, pass out, do our thing. So I met up with Trevin, shared our laughs and stuff like that, and then we hung out and did some stuff, watched some TV, kick back, and then, I'm not sure if we were just being too loud and people were getting pissed off, but, we were laying there, and people kept knocking on the door, and it would have been fine. I would have just walked outside and be like, what the fuck? But where this Motel 6 was placed was in the scariest part that I could possibly think of. Right across the street from a strip club, right next to an underpass, which was next to some, I'm not trying to be mean. Maybe you guys live there, but, these houses look ghetto as shit. I felt like I was going to walk outside and get shot in my face. It was just, I felt like I was going to die if I stepped out of that. And so did Trevin. It was crazy. We both felt the same. We were going to literally get shot in the face if we walked outside. So I ended up, we ended up just staying in there freaking out, thinking that someone was going to knock down the door and kick it down, and because they kept doing it over and over and over again, like nonstop. So I was like, okay. So we ended up chilling in I don't know if you guys have ever been in Motel 6, but there's a side room next to the bathroom right before you enter it. We were just chilling in there, sitting up on the table and the counter and just sitting there waiting. Because I don't know, it was just sketchy, and we were both super tired. He just got off of drive and I just got off a plane, and I'm not sure if we were just imagining shit and we were just overthinking everything, but we were definitely not gonna open that door and say shit. So we just sat there waiting, and then we ended up just passing out. This place was so dirty. The way we slept was we both had pants, long sleeve shirt, and a sweatshirt on. We tucked our hands inside of our pockets and put our hoods up because there was no way in hell either one of us was going to put our skin against the pillow or the bed that we were staying in. Because we literally, one look at this bed and you guys would think that you were sitting in some dude's cesspool of just nastiness, and you were about to get every disease possible known to man, and it was terrible. So, and then so we wake up the next morning, got kicked out of the hotel because it was checkout time and we weren't sure what was going to happen. And I was like, dude, screw this. I'm going to get another hotel room because our buddy ended up texting us again saying that he's not going to be able to pick us up today. We'll pick you up tomorrow. So I was like, screw this. Got a taxi, drove to a different hotel, and then we stayed there. This one was actually very fancy. One of the most comfortable beds I've ever slept in. Like, there's no lie, no joke. It literally was the most comfortable thing of it. It felt like sleeping on a cloud. It was so great. But we ended up getting stuck at this hotel for, let's see, 4 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Yeah, so 4 days I was stuck inside this hotel, and it was our New Year's. We basically got stuck inside of a hotel on New Year's in a place that neither one of me nor Trevin knew where anything was. And we didn't have any stores next to us. We had a gas station and an IHOP. That was literally it. And that's what kind of sucked, is that we couldn't go anywhere and have a good time. So we ended up going to the gas station, picking up some beer. We ended up getting free drinks from the hotel. So we ended up going downstairs and having a couple of drinks. And then we ended up sitting up on, so we snuck up on the roof of the hotel. So like we just went up the stairs, snuck up on the roof, and we ended up chilling up there, and we had a great time on the roof because we watched all the fireworks and stuff, and we ended up watching all the, the fireworks, the city lights and stuff like that. It was kind of cool, but it kind of sucked that we couldn't be in Orlando. But I mean, we made the best of the situation at hand, and we ended up just smoking up there and having a good time, and then we just chilled and had drinks and stuff like that. And we had I don't know, I felt like we had a good time, but it could have been better. Is what, like, we both agreed that it was awesome that we finally got to meet, but it would have been way, like, 100 times better if we were in Orlando meeting everyone and, like, not just stuck in a hotel room for 4 days straight, not being able to do jack shit. So, I mean, honestly, it was a great time, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what happened to my New Year's. Then on New Year's Day, on the 1st, I ended up flying back to home. Got home, got some food, just literally went to sleep, and I just passed the fuck out. So, I mean, that was pretty much my entire New Year's event. What a great way to start 2015. And yeah, that's basically what happened. So that was my vacation, but I am back now. I am going to be streaming and putting up videos as fast as I possibly can, and then also I will be working more and more every day. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you follow the links down below. Give it a like, comment on what you guys think, and comment down below on what you guys, if you guys had even a worse or better New Year's. Let me know what you guys did for your New Year's down below. And I know I didn't pump out any video on Christmas or New Year's, so I just want to say happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. Hope you guys had a great one with your family, friends, and stuff like that. And Happy New Year's. Hopefully this New Year's will be better than your last. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. My name is Iniquity, or Ink, whatever you guys want to call me. But I will see you guys later.